This video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. More about it later down the video. In the last part, Bulma becomes angry at herself for not being able to fend off against the foes that came Goku's in her way. So she decided to steal Oolong's wish and converted herself into a Saiyan by mistake, having accepted her new fate and liking it. Coming back home, she tells her parents what happened and that she took up after Goku, who she brought in to live with her for a few days. In this part, we go into Roshi's training of the trio that came on this island, so let's continue. Bulma and Goku run and swim to the island and Roshi greets them both. Roshi is glad he brought Bulma along and notices the hair color change, which he quickly starts simping about so he can get more of her. Bulma is pissed off at him, so Goku asks to train them. Roshi asks for panties, but Bulma suggests to fight him for it first. If he defeats her, he can get her panties. If he loses, she gets to be trained and not annoyed. Roshi's confused by the proposal and laughs it off, but Bulma rushes at him in intense speed and goes for the punch, stopping half an inch away from his face. Bulma proves she ain't a bluff and challenges Master Roshi. Roshi accepts and the spar begins. Roshi wants to end it quickly, so he goes into his powered up buff state and decides it's gonna be over quick. Bulma is not scared of him, but Roshi rushes at a speed higher than her initially, which Bulma just barely blocks. Bulma is actually starting to regret her decision and starting to properly get serious. Roshi uses the drunk technique, which Bulma sees through and rushing in. Roshi thinks he lured her into his trap, but Bulma evades, trips him, and kicks him in the water at full strength. Roshi starts twitching getting out of the water, getting angry, but also realizing he's got a strong-ass woman to train. Bulma kicked him so hard she managed to break 2 ribs of his and made him bleed out of his mouth. Bulma runs up to him knowing she fucked him up and in worry. Roshi's been worse, so he says he's okay. After he gets back to his senses, he decides he will train Bulma and Goku. Just then, Krillin comes by and lands like an idiot, asking to be trained. Roshi is not interested, but Krillin pulls out a hentai manga, to which Roshi is pleased with and decides to train the young kid. Krillin introduces himself to the rest of the gang, meeting the 2 Saiyans. Goku and Bulma say their greetings and see that they finally have someone else to train with that isn't a dirty old grandpa. Roshi puts all 3 of them through the same intense training that Goku and Krillin did in canon. That does plenty of wonders for the trio. Goku, Bulma, and Krillin get beefed up quite a bit, but Bulma gets the best benefits out of it. Her body and especially hands get beefed and calloused, meaning she has more endurance now. The training done farming gave all of them a shit ton of stamina to fight. Bulma had weights heavier than Roshi and trained with them, which kind of dug her into the ground everywhere she walked. But by the time it was in order to take it all off, she could already jump higher than Goku and Krillin with the turtle shells opposed to them without it, so she has quite a bit of power now. With all that done, they are ready for the Tenkaichi Budokai. Goku, Bulma, and Krillin are given classy garments for the flight there, and so Bulma goes back trying to be cute, while Goku and Krillin wore classic suits. At the tournament grounds, the 2 Saiyans and Krillin get into their new suits. Krillin and Goku looking as usual, but Bulma gets a bit of a different outfit. Roshi explains it to Bulma how it's for her since it's a bit harder on the crotch area, but more fitting for fighting compared to Goku's and Krillin's. Well, actually, Roshi just wanna see them ties. Yamcha came by too, as well as the rest of the gang to watch on to the fight. While we stop here, this video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. It's a Dragon Ball fan comic done by an upcoming artist, Norlight. It's about a girl that has been saved from the experiments of Red Ribbon Army by an unexpected individual, Goku Black, who now grows a bond with the girl. Check it out using my affiliate links down below and support the work. Now let's continue with the what if. The quarterfinals begin and Krillin and Bacterian go similarly per canon. So does Jackie Chun and Yamcha. However, Nam fights Bulma instead of Ranfan, since Ranfan was too weak to enter along with the rest. Bulma already knows she can pack Nam inwards, outwards, and upwards, so she asks him on why does he need the tournament money. Nam explains that he needs it to buy water for his village. Bulma gets confused at that, then tosses him a couple million zenny and tells him to forfeit. Nam takes a look at the money, then at her, and then back at the money, and is happy to see someone is actually willing to give out a ton of money for his village. Bulma lets him go, but she needs to beat his ass first, so she comes up from behind with intense speed and packs him up as an overnight part from Japan, winning the round. Goku and Giran fight goes the same, except it doesn't take a Nimbus Cloud to save Goku last second. Rather, he's a bit more powerful thanks to Bulma, so he defeats Giran even easier. Next fight is Krillin and Jackie Chun. That goes pretty much the same as in canon, with Krillin losing. Next match is Goku and Bulma, and Goku admittedly couldn't wait for a rematch. The battle starts, and Goku starts the fighting off with a melee, using his tail too. Bulma isn't too concerned and goes to trip him. He gets tripped but propels himself back up and goes for a kick, which Bulma takes, but mostly unfazed. Bulma then grabs Goku's tail knowing the weakness and then starts spinning him around to throw him out of bounds. But Goku quickly comes back with a Kamehameha, spending a bit of energy getting back. Bulma and Goku share a smile and comment to one another how they really went above and beyond on training over at Roshi's. Roshi is proud of them, standing outside of the arena and watching them as Jackie Chun. The battle continues and Bulma starts off with hyper speed, which throws Goku off, and she gets a solid hit on Goku, which puts him down, and referee went to do a countdown. Goku gets right back up on the count of 8 and closes his eyes to use sound as a way to know where she is, predicting her next move. Bulma thinks he's crazy, so she begins running around him with such speed that she disappears into thin air. Goku is searching, roughly knowing where she is and focusing on it. Bulma then rushes in straight line, and Goku reads that and punches towards. But Bulma goes Ronaldo and slides right under the punch and gut kicking Goku into the air. Goku is flying up as Bulma charges up a small Kamehameha, throwing it at Goku, so Goku gets out of bounds. With that, Bulma wins the match and is now going against Jackie Chun. Bulma is quite suspicious though. She has a high suspicion that it's Master Roshi in disguise, so she tells Roshi to undisguise. But it's fruitless as Roshi just comes up with a lame excuse. So she puts him to the test. Since her gi got all torn up, she tore it completely off, revealing her bra, foreshadowing the future child's name low-key, to which Roshi starts salivating. Bulma then calls Roshi out to it and asks of Goku to toss her a new tank top so she can cover herself. Roshi is caught lacking, but she tells him that if he wins, he gets to take it. That line manages to motivate Dirty Roshi, and so when she gets her clothes, the battle begins. Roshi pulls out his buff form while Bulma decides to just not do anything until Roshi makes his move. Roshi starts doing the drunken fist move, to which Bulma pulls a Goku, closes his eyes, and moves in for the attack, to which Roshi evades, but Bulma whips her tail out, catching Roshi by the hand and gut kicking him twice. Third kick sends Roshi away and almost out of bounds. Roshi then gets up and is quite proud of his student, but he isn't done yet. Bulma is smirking as Roshi is charging in. Roshi predicts what she was about to do, as she rolls, does a backflip, and attempts to kick from underneath. But Roshi pulls an instant Kamehameha on her and shoots it at her point blank, propelling himself in the air while at it. Thinking he did something, Bulma is holding the wave with her legs, as she too shoots her own Kamehameha, which starts rocketing Roshi into the air. Roshi is confused but quickly catches on. Bulma ends her blast with leaving some energy to maintain it, and while Roshi can't see anything, Bulma jumps up in the air and comes up from the above, backflipping and kicking Roshi into his own blast. Roshi starts falling down from the fatigue, so Bulma dives to catch him and airbend her way down by kicking the air to propel herself down. Roshi uses that opportunity to hold onto them, as he does an after image and comes up from behind, kicking her down just 20 feet from the ground, right out of bounds. Roshi lands all happy and Bulma is infuriated that she fell for it, but Roshi is the winner of the tournament. Bulma is now angry but strips her bra from underneath and throws it at Roshi. Roshi is very happy at that, and so they go eat. Goku and Bulma spend all his winnings and a bit more on eating, which when he started screaming at them, Bulma came back saying that's the price of her bra, which got the whole squad laughing at the table. Bulma ended up paying what was missing and they went back to Roshi's island. We're continuing the series next time. While you wait for the next part, join the T23 Discord server with the Vanity URL down in the description. Thank you for watching, and with that, peace out.